Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Lifting and Talking with the Albino Gorilla. Um, Today is day one of our volume block, so we're resetting. Last week, I didn't post. I posted one video on Sunday, but last week was a hectic week because the house was getting painted and no one could use the upstairs, so everyone was kind of down here in the basement with me. So basically, last week was my last strength block week. We hit some pretty big numbers with some ease, to be honest. It wasn't pretty difficult. It was some numbers that were difficult before, but now, I'm lifting with some good explosiveness and just good control, which I'm loving it, right? So today we're going back into the volume block. My coach basically said that this was probably the best move because of right now it is Lent, and I am kind of fasting in a sense. I don't want to disclose too much personal information when it comes to God and what I do to try and show my love to God. It's not easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I wish it was, and I feel like before all of this noise in the world, it was easier to just have that relationship with God. But nowadays, I feel like we really have to work for it, and we really have to push away all of our desires, needs, and wants so that we can have a true relationship with God. I don't think I'm anywhere near a true relationship with God. I really can't say what that really is until I'm fully there. I've had experiences of feeling closer to God, and I've had experience of feeling so far away from God. And I believe that comes with all of this noise in the world. We have let the devil tempt us and take over our lives because he has whispered in all of our ears our wants and desires are okay, and we normalize them instead of trying to push them away and say no. Like, all I need and should want is God. Obviously, I have these other desires, but God will make those desires happen if they are good for me and will improve my life. But all the other ones are usually negative. That comes with the phone addictions, excessive eating, excessive training. It comes with just feeling like we need more, we want more. But in reality, all we need is God. So this Lent, I've tried to really just say all I need is God. It's difficult. It's not easy. Slowly, I'm trying to get better at it and push away all those desires. But it's not easy. In the end, it's difficult. It's a mental battle. It's a physical battle. And it's a spiritual battle in the end, because the devil will tempt you each day you choose God. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was just thinking to myself, I used to be a big pothead. I used to smoke every day, all day. It used to just be wake up, smoke, hit the pen, go to work, hit a bong, come back home, go for a walk with a spliff, with a blunt, and I would just be smoking all day, every day. I was thinking to myself, my life was so much easier when that was happening. Like, when I was doing that, I would avoid everyone. I wouldn't talk to a lot of people. I would just smoke, and the people I worked with, I would talk to them. I would go home and I'd most likely eat and then zoom over to the gym, and then I'd smoke before the gym, go to the gym, work out, and then I'd find a place to walk and smoke again, go home and sleep. And that was my life. And it was easy, right? Easy in the sense of, like, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. I am very insecure about speaking to people. I believe that I'm not the best speaker, and I really don't know how to articulate my words, and I'm trying to get better at it, but it's difficult. So I'd avoid everyone. I'd say, people are just going to judge me, make fun of me, and I don't know how to speak to people properly. I get nervous. I sweat sometimes, depending on who it is and what the situation is. My speech breaks up, and then sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about, and I get this fog, and I can't tell people what I want to tell them, or I feel like I'm taking way too long, and people just don't want to listen to me. So that was my kind of scapegoat. Smoke, avoid people. Life was easy. Until I chose to follow God and say, well, me smoking every day, all day, without being able to take a break is overindulgence. It's, I'm forgetting the word for it. Lust, greed, envy, gluttony. There we go. It's gluttony in a sense because you're overindulging, right? So I said, well, let's stop. Let's try and focus on God and push the weed to the side for a little bit. So I did that. And I would see that I would be talking to people more, and life was getting a little more complicated in the sense that I would be having more conversations, and I'd be put in this difficult situation of I need to adapt and just talk to these people. Where before it was I would avoid them and not talk to them. But now I don't have the weed to go to. So now I'm going to people. And I'm trying to talk to people and trying to tell them like what's happened in my life. But it just got difficult and more difficult because then from what I see it as, like the devil would tempt me. Like, just smoke. You suck at talking. Why are you talking to these people? They don't even want to listen to you. Those are the voices in my head, like telling me. Obviously not voices, but like my mind was like, they don't want to talk to you. You're taking too long to tell them what you want to tell them. They don't even care. They're not really listening to you. And why are you trying to talk to them? You sound so stupid right now. And all I wanted to do was go and smoke, right? So it's easy. But I have to set my mind on God. And when you do that, it gets difficult. Because, as I like to say, is the world is the devil's playground. He has the power on this world. God is the ultimate power. And if you go to him, we can wipe the devil away. But we have given the devil the power to play around with us, even though he's like a tiny little guy that can't mess with us because God is protecting us at all times. And that's how I see this world. And it's difficult because we've normalized everything. We've normalized every single sin that there is. There's not a sin that has been written out in the Bible that is not normalized in today's society, which to me is a little crazy. And it shows me that, honestly, it gives me more faith. It shows me that the Bible is true in my beliefs, especially when there's people constantly trying to bash it, constantly trying to bash Jesus saying like he was never true, he was never real. But why do they care so much? That's my thing. It's like, why does it matter? There are people trying to better their lives with Jesus and with the Bible, and it's like a perfect foundation. It's like if you want to live a good life, right? It's the perfect foundation to follow, and then the rest you have to figure out, right? But if you follow those just basic 10 set of commandments, right, your life will get better, and then you need to figure out the rest of the steps, right, to get to where you want to be in life. But it's like the perfect foundation to build your life upon. And that's why you hear a lot of Christians and a lot of people that follow Jesus say, like, you are my foundation, my rock. Like, I can't build a house on sand. I can't build a house full of hay because it will blow, it will tip. But if you build that strong foundation and then build your house, with stronger walls, right? Life is hard. It's not easy. But in the end, we need to figure it out. We can't just push away the hard things and say it's easier to go down this path. And I don't want to figure it out. I'm too lazy. That's my problem. I'm too lazy to want a better life. I know what I have to do in life right now. I'm just too lazy to execute it. And it's annoying. But with that being said, enough with the ranting. Day one, primary squats, secondary bench, back in the volume block. So no more heavy lifting, which honestly, I'm not too upset about. I need a break from the heaviness. Like just going into rep work with lighter weight to really figure out my brace will help. Saturday, I did my heavy squat, 506 pounds for one. And my brace felt amazing. I really, really loved the way it felt. And I want to execute that more and more. So with this volume block, it's going to allow me to drop weight and really just focus on the form each and every rep. So day one, volume block, restarting that volume block, going into low bar squats for 5s, and then a low bar fatigue single. And we're going to do that at 185. And then we're going to go into our bench press, but this is where it kind of gets difficult. Not difficult, but different. So we switch it up and we're doing tempo bench press. So we're going to be going down for 3. 1, 2, 3, pause for 2. 1, 2, fire up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, fire up. Which is going to be fun. Play around with that, play around with the brace, really hold that brace for that whole movement. I think it will be good for my bench press. I think that my numbers will skyrocket with that. So I'm really happy to see that on here. And we'll see how that plays out. But with that being said, let's get warmed up. Let's get into those squats. And let's play around with our technique and really try to perfect it here. Let's do it. well, those are the squats complete. Wow, it was honestly tiring. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've repped it out like that, and it's not easy. Fatigue wise, I am pretty high on that scale. I feel depleted of all my energy right now, but that's all right. We're gonna get through it. We got a rest day tomorrow. Rest up, enjoy that time off, and then back at it Wednesday in the gym, I believe, if not Thursday. So I might have Tuesday, Wednesday rest in the gym on that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to complete that first week back on volume, even though this is the 10th week. We got 10 weeks out until our meet. I believe it's on June 1st. So God willing, everything works out and that strength just increases. This is technically that prep kind of volume block going into my actual prep for the lift meet, but hopefully everything goes well. Starting off pretty fatigued for this first volume week, but all in all, it's good. We'll get to the benches. I'm excited to see how this feels because remember, it is the 3 seconds down, 2 seconds pause, and then firing it up. And we're going to be doing that. I believe it's 3 sets, 3 reps, and then we're going to be backing it off into the same thing, but 5 reps on lighter weight. And that will complete that gym session. So hopefully you enjoyed it so far. Hopefully you enjoyed those squats. My form is feeling pretty good. Just fatigue wise, my legs are shot. Sunday, I went to F45 and did a crazy kind of high rocks training session there. It was a lot of reps and we were like running back and forth and then switching with our partner. It was basically kind of to train that fatigue level. Basically high rocks, if you don't know what it is, 8 stations of exercises. And in between each exercise, it's a 1 kilometer lap. So you'll be doing sled pushes, running for 1 kilometer, and 2 squat, like the ball throws, and then doing another kilometer, back into it, sled pulls, back into the kilometer. So on Sunday, it was similar to that, just so we could feel the fatigue of the running back into an exercise, and it was crazy. It's almost like training for a triathlon. I was going to do one last year, but then I tore my MCL, so I couldn't do it. But when I was training for it, it was crazy to bike and then get off that bike and go for a run. Your quads and your legs are just full of blood, and it feels so awkward until you get that breathing back into rhythm. The oxygen just disperses and you feel normal again and you have that high energy. So it's just getting past that fatigue point where your body's like, okay, no, we're keeping this going. We're not stopping. Let's just keep going. Let's figure it out. And then it starts using oxygen and your fat stores and glucose stores, whatnot. So yeah, that's that. I am planning on possibly doing high rocks this year, depending on when it is and when registrations start. F45 has like all of the coaches there and the staff have been like pushing me to like do it. So we'll see what happens. And God willing, maybe I'll enter a high rocks race this year in Toronto. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, let's get back into it. Bench press, and that will finish off the video. Let's do it. right, well, that completes that. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed those bench presses. Well, sorry, I'm out of breath still. But I did really enjoy that. Usually, we started this off, right? Whoever watched my first videos, I did not like bench. But now, I'm learning to love it. I'm feeling the leg drive. I'm feeling that chest work, those triceps, the rear delts. All of it is coming together. And I'm honestly excited to see where all of this work will take me. What kind of numbers I'll be pushing. But let's stay in the moment. Let's not look too far ahead because we're here right now training and it's feeling good and I'm happy. Some days it doesn't feel as good. Some days it feels better. But today it felt good and I'm happy with that. And I really enjoyed the slow descent with the pause and the press. And I loved it because it allows me to really focus on keeping that bar stable. No movement or little movement, because when I'm lifting heavier, I won't want any movement. Any slight movement with heavy weights throws you off. So just learning how to really drive my legs into the ground, my traps and my rear delts into that bench, and just really stabilize everything so that there is no little movement is perfect. I really needed this volume block now because lighter load, easier on the body, and hopefully my body will just be able to repair itself slow and steady. We'll see how things are at the end of it, but I'm happy. I'm excited. That felt good. I gotta get ready for work. So thank you for watching. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.